Cheers. No, you can't be in the front. No, I know. Oh, right here. So just whose is this?
Я понял. Просто чтобы нет, давайте сумочку. Taylor. Hey. Ellie.
Hey guys, please take your seats, please. We're going to get underway. Thank you. Thank you. Right, ladies and gentlemen, firstly, before we start, I think a lot of people knew how good Dmitry Bivol was, but I think a round of applause for a fantastic performance from Dmitry Bivol. And we go to the floor for questions for the WBA light heavyweight champion of the world. Yes.
Yeah.
Please put your hand up and we'll yes, ma'am.
Dmitry, what do you feel was the key for you to win this fight tonight?
You know, all fight I should be focused, and I saw how he threw hard punches. He threw only hard punches, and after hard punches, he little bit tired, and you know, Canelo is the good fighter for counter puncher, but I make him to be more forward, and I was a counter puncher today. It was a key.
Dmitry, you outlanded Canelo 152 to 84 on punch stats. Are you surprised how easy it was for you tonight?
This way.
I just felt that I won the fight. Maybe I don't know.
You've had a lot of criticism that your fights weren't entertaining. I think you answered all those questions tonight by having the fight of your life. Are you impressed by your output tonight in the fight?
You know, my last fights, I didn't enjoy it in the fight because it wasn't the challenge for me. I just defend my titles against some guys, and everyone bet on me. And now I was enjoying the fight, and I saw how, and I heard a lot of fans was yelling, you know, and it's motivated me today, and I really enjoyed today the fight.
Did Canelo's greatness bring out the greatness in you?
Of course, if my opponent is better, I'll show my better side.
Dmitry, were you expecting a better Canelo Álvarez tonight?
No, I didn't expect that he was better. I expect like that. I believed in myself. No, I believed I could win. I knew that he has a hard punches, and he will beat on my body, on my arm, and he will beat left hooks. I expected that, and he did.
Dmitry, congratulations, first of all, congratulations for this great fight. We're asking about the rematch. Canelo is asking for the rematch, and what is your opinion about this, please?
No, first of all, my dream is to be the undisputed champion, and I got this opportunity to fight against the best guy, and I took this fight for без каких-то особых причин, там, условий, да. Если говорить об матче, то давайте договариваться, но уже будут другие условия.
I took this fight on terms of getting the opportunity. That's all I cared about, and I appreciate the opportunity that was given to me. And right now, my goal is to be to receive what I deserve. If the rematch is going to happen, I just have to make sure that I get what I deserve, because I don't think that even before, in the previous fight as a champion, I got what I deserved.
Dmitry, congratulations on the win. We talked about this last month in India. Did this fight feel any different to you at all? With all the people, all the pressure, and facing the game's biggest name in the sport? Did it feel different than any other fight?
Yeah, it was different, of course, because all week I was sitting in my room and was boring, you know. I can't went out the room and I tired about it, you know. And I see how attention this fight. How much attention?
And Dmitry, you entered first despite being the champion, and then Canelo had this fancy entrance with the platform, the fireworks. As you're waiting inside the ring, what's going through your mind as you're being made to wait?
To be honest, for me it doesn't matter which will be I first or second, doesn't matter for me. I just wanted this fight. I just needed this fighter against me. Doesn't matter which sound he has, which sound I have, how he went in the ring. Doesn't matter what for me, you know. I just wanted to fight him. And when he was going to the ring, and I heard the crowd, and I really enjoyed how crowd was yelling, you know. I see on the stadium and was enjoying.
Dmitry, did you talk to Canelo after the fight?
No, I didn't.
Dmitry.
I just said him, he's a really great champion. I respect him. He gives me a lot today. He gave me this fight, and he gave me a lot of experience. Thank you.
Dmitry, you just beat the pound for pound.
1 second. Hold on, wait till you get a mic, please.
Hey there, Dmitry. Congratulations on your victory. To those who are underdogs or underestimated or doubted, what is your message to them?
Для болельщиков, которые сегодня недооценивали.
You know, I have a message for people who bet on me today. You know, who won. Congratulations, guys. But who didn't believe in me, it's just their opinion, and I appreciate them that they bet on Canelo, they believe in Canelo, and it's normal, you know. It's normal, it's no problem.
Dmitry, congrats first of all. You just beat the pound for pound #1. Do you consider yourself you took his spot?
To be honest, no. To be honest, no. I just beat a guy who wanted my belt in my mind, you know, today. And he was super middleweight. Yes, he had a belt in light heavyweight, but I don't feel myself that I'm the king today. So I just beat Canelo. I just better than him today.
And the second question is, boxing-wise, what do you do different in the rematch?
To be honest, I don't know. You know, I don't have a rematch yet. I don't know what I will eat today or what I will do tomorrow.
Thank you. Dmitry, go ahead. Mike Hoppinger, ESPN. Dmitry, congratulations on an amazing performance. Apologize if you already asked this, but you had to win the 12th round on all 3 scorecards to avoid a draw. I know the judges got the right fighter, but you know, speak on that if you can. Like, that seems to be out of line. Most of us at ringside had a 10-2 for you or 9-3. So the judges were trying to, you know, maybe rob you, it seems.
A little bit thought when I heard the scores, 115, 113. I thought maybe I lost today, but I feel I won, you know. But I expect that it's everything against me today. Even Eddie, he's congratulating me, smiling. He's happy for me, but not too much happy for me.
Question for Eddie. I guess you could still go through with the Triple G fight. That seems to be, you know, actually makes it more attractive now after this. but does that fight seem kind of snake bitten too? I mean, this is crazy.
I think that, you know, Canelo against Dmitry Bivol 2 is probably the biggest fight in boxing right now. You know, I mean, but it's going to be down to Canelo, and obviously we'll speak to Dmitry and Vadim, but I can't see him not wanting to accept the challenge. I said in the build-up, you know, it's like Canelo wants to handicap himself and fight these big, great champions to test himself. And tonight it was maybe a bridge too far against a great light heavyweight world champion. But you know, I'm sure he'll be here soon. But knowing Sal, I would think he would only want one fight, which is the rematch with Dmitry Bivol.
How did you score? You love to score fights.
I had it probably 3 rounds to Canelo, something like that. Sorry, to Dmitry.
Dmitry, everyone at your division has been talking about the better BF Smith fight, and they kind of overlooked you in this fight. You've been 175 champ for a while now. Did you kind of have that motivation, like, for this fight, saying, like, I'm a pretty good light heavyweight too myself, and no one's really talking about me?
У тебя есть такое мнение, что ты тоже один из лучших полутяжелых весов, но тебе не говорят достаточно?
You know, for me enough that I have a belt. I know I am the one of the best. Even nobody told me this. You know, and I don't feel I am the best light heavyweight division. I don't feel it because I don't have all belts. You know, if I have all belts, I will feel myself I'm the best. But now I'm one of the best.
Dmitry, Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. Coming in, we know you had the height and the reach. At what point in the fight did you know that it was frustrating him and you were in control regardless of the power punches he was trying to land?
В какой момент ты почувствовал, что контролируешь бой, независимо от того, что он пытался сильными ударами попасть?
I think from the end of the fight, I see him, I see his punches, what he wanna do from the beginning. From the beginning of the fight. Yeah.
Thank you.
Dmitry, can you describe what happened in the 5th round when you had Canelo against the ropes and he did a gesture to you and you responded? Can you describe that? And also, who do you dedicate this fight?
In the 6th round, can you repeat, please?
In the 5th round, there was a big sequence when Dmitry has Canelo on the ropes.
Можешь описать, когда в 5-м раунде, когда он был на канатах, у тебя была хорошая серия попаданий?
To be honest, I don't remember this moment. Just I just beat him when I see I can catch them. When I see I can't catch him and I don't have you know, power for this, I didn't punch.
Dmitry.
Кому посвящаешь эту победу?
This victory for all people who from small city and who want to achieve a lot. Вот эта победа для всех людей.
I want to dedicate to all those people because
И кто просто чем-то занимается и верит в себя. Вот эта победа посвящается.
to all the people that are doing something, whatever they're doing, and they want to achieve something, it's possible. And I want to dedicate to all those people.
Dmitry, congratulations. Where was your family? Were they here? Or were they back in Russia? Were they watching, and have you spoken to them yet?
My family in Russia now, and I didn't spoke to them yet. And my wife didn't watch my fights, and my mother didn't watch my fights. I don't wanna
Ever?
Ever, you know, I don't wanna see them my fights. After fight, no problem. See, but during the fight, they don't watch my fights. All women in my family don't watch.
But do they know you've won? Are they aware you've won the fight? Do they know?
Of course, they know. They
know now. Okay. How soon would you be ready for another fight? Whoever it is, how long do you think it will? How many months do you think you'll be on?
I don't know yet. I need to rest couple of weeks maybe. Then we will talk with my manager.
How did it free you during the fight when you knew that you could handle Canelo's power? Which is a hell of a thing to say given what he's done in recent fights. But when you knew that you could tolerate his power, what did it do for you in regards to freeing your fists and just letting you fight the fight you wanted to fight?
Что он сделал, чтобы дать тебе возможность вести какой-то определенный? Каково это было, что ты мог принять его удар?
You know, I just expect that he will punch me hard, and I was ready for this. I tried to give him to do this, not for my hand, for my arms. I tried to block myself, and then I tried to give him back when he tired.
You talked about the arena.
Because we had the good sparring partners, similar work like Canelo.
You talked about the arena being against you tonight. Have you, this whole camp, I mean, with everything that's been written about Russia and everything like that, have you felt as if the whole world is kind of against you? So like, this was nothing new tonight.
No, not new. I know how people love Canelo, and it's normal, you know. He's the really biggest fighter in the world. He's the champion for 4 weight classes. He has 4 belts, and of course, all people on his side, and no problem for me.
Dmitry, back here. Congratulations on the big win right here. Maestro over here, I'm over here. Congratulations on the big win, Vadim, you as well. You just spoke about how everyone was on Canelo's side. You were the champion defending the light heavyweight championship of the world. You were announced second, you were announced first, your ring walk was first. Your national anthem wasn't played, I noticed that as well. They played the US anthem and the Mexican anthem, they didn't play the Russian anthem. Was any of that motivation going into this fight? Getting the respect of a champion defending his title?
I understand why this happened, why I walked second, because Canelo is the biggest name, and the rules, all rules, not for him. You know? Oh, no problem. Just give me the fight. Yeah, he first on the posters. No problem. The rules not for him. No problem. Just give me the fight. I agree. You don't. No problem for me. I'm really happy that I had the fight. It's I'm really happy. Thank you, Eddie, for this fight, and thank you everyone who made this fight.
So I told him that I could fight Eddie and try to get him to walk second, and he was like, I don't really care. I want to walk first.
Guys, one more question for the champion.
Dmitry, throughout the week, your demeanour has been very cool, and very calm and collected. But since the win, you've actually got, your personality shone through. Was that part of the game plan going through to the week?
Can you say the beginning? Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Basically, he was really calm and collected, cool, calm, collected throughout the week. And then as soon as he won, his personality really shone through. He's cracking jokes. Was that all part of the game plan going into the week?
Ты был очень сконцентрирован, потом ты больше был расслаблен, где-то шутил и так далее. Это часть была плана в течение недели.
You know, I just tired to be serious, maybe. No, too much serious things in my head.
Hey, champ. Big Mill.
Last one, guys.
Just one question. Well, with Canelo's power, were you able to feel his power? Did it feel like light heavyweight power to you? And at any time did you feel as though he hurt you in the fight?
Yeah, of course I felt his power. He has a really good power. But you know, he has a good speed, good power, good sense. But you know, some people born with the power. Прирожденная сила есть какая-то, да?
It's power that comes from when you were born, from birth.
You know, I don't have this power, которая типа прирожденная, да? Я могу ударить сильно, когда типа сосредоточусь и захочу.
I don't have that type of power. I can throw a power punch if I want to do it. If I actually want to put the power into my punch, I can do it intentionally.
Но некоторые люди есть, которые просто руки бросают, но они очень жесткие, кулаки, прям у них прям есть природная сила.
And some other boxers, they have power in every punch. They can just throw a punch and it's already powerful.
И у Канело я не почувствовал, что у него есть природная сила именно для этого веса. Как бы он прям старался зарядить, то есть он прям старался вложиться в каждый удар. То есть это не природная сила, это та, которую он ее сам создает.
And to be honest, I didn't feel that he, as a light heavyweight, had that type of power from birth where he just throws a punch and it hurts. I felt like he was just putting everything he can in every punch, and he was just trying to make it powerful.
Right, thank you guys.
Dmitry.
Go on, Dan, very quickly.
Congratulations, Dmitry. My question, you addressed already the fact that you needed to win the 12th round, or else it would have been a draw. I wanted to know your point of view about the fact that all three judges had it 4-0 in favor of Canelo after the 4th round, which puts you in, obviously, a very big deficit, seemingly unnecessarily.
Ты сказал, что 12 раунд может быть решающим. Но я не сказал. Ты сказал, что нужно выиграть все 13 раундов, чтобы получить ничего из тех все 13. Я сказал, ну, типа, ты ну, короче, ты 4 раунда.
I don't remember that I said that I have to win all rounds.
Первые 4 раунда давали ему. Тебя это удивляет?
Now I'm happy that I won. 5 rounds or 4, I won.
I walked into the ring.
And you know, I felt I won this fight, and when I felt that people see I won this fight, it's great. You know, it's better when you feel that people see you win. Even the judge gives you victory and people doesn't agree with this. You know, I try to be win for people, not for George.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dmitry Bivol.
Can you take your seats, please? Canelo is coming on his way. Please, if you're staying for a second. Is my phone on that? Thank you. Which any of
Good luck.
Hey guys, thank you. And for questions to the floor, to Canelo, please raise your hands and wait for the microphone. Thank you.
Canelo, buenas noches. Oye, has platicado de lo que representó en su momento para que recompongas tu carrera la derrota con Mayweather. El estirar la liga tanto que tú aceptaste ir al peso del que los otros campeones semicompletos como Beterbiev y Kovalev evitaron por años, ¿te hace pensar que ya aquí es el límite o de plano quieres esa revancha y seguir buscando más en este peso?
No, mira, la verdad es que me siento muy bien. Yo, en lo personal, no pongo ninguna excusa. Creo que no perdí la pelea. Creo que me ganó 4, 5 rounds máximo. En los últimos rounds me fatigué un poco, pero obviamente me siento bien. Creo que hice las cosas como tenía que hacerlas y me siento bien. Vamos a ver, vamos a ir y pensar qué es lo que vamos a hacer, pero me siento bien. No creo que perdí la pelea, como te digo. Perdí algunos rounds, en los últimos rounds me fatigué un poco. Creo que por el peso quizás no me sentí al 100%.
So the question was, obviously you were lost to Floyd Mayweather, but looking at this fight that you took, that many people in this division that you fought at tonight didn't want anything to do with, could can you tell us your feelings and what's next for you? So, and the answer was, so personally, I'm feeling good. I'm not giving any excuses. I do feel that I won the fight. I think perhaps, maybe I lost 4 or 5 rounds, but I definitely didn't lose the fight. I think I got a little bit tired towards the final rounds, but I felt good. So we'll see what's next. As I say, I don't feel like I lost the fight. Maybe some rounds. Maybe the weight was a slight issue and made me feel not 100% during the fight.
Y creo que estoy buscando, obviamente, las peleas difíciles, subir de peso, no estar en el peso que me siento cómodo, en las 168 libras, que es donde me siento cómodo. Por eso subo de peso, para buscar más retos, que es lo que me gusta, y así es esto, ¿no? Así es esto, así es el boxeo, y es lo que estoy buscando, ¿no? La grandeza.
Yes, so I think I'm always going up looking for difficult fights. I went up and looked for this difficult fight. Naturally, I feel good at 168, but I'm always up for challenging. I'm always up for taking on new challenges. But that's boxing. Tonight, I was looking for greatness.
Saúl, ¿piensas que te hizo falta otra estrategia para esta pelea y cómo te sientes sobre la puntuación?
No, como te digo, creo que me ganó 4 o 5 rounds máximo. El último round me sentí un poco cansado, quizás por el peso. Necesito ir a ver bien la pelea, obviamente, que es lo que tuve que hacer mejor, pero como te digo, creo que en lo personal perdí 4 o 5 rounds.
So the question was, can you tell us a little bit about what you feel about the fight and the way it was scored? And Canelo's answer was, well, I think, as I said, 4 or 5 rounds, I feel like he won maximum. I felt a little bit fatigued going into those final rounds. Perhaps it was because of the weight, but I personally, I feel, as I say, that he only won 4 or 5 rounds.
Canelo, buenas noches, Eddie también. Bueno, creo que lo comentaste ya, es de hombres, aceptas tu derrota, lo dijiste en el cuadrilátero, caray, felicidades por eso, ¿no? Porque mucha gente puede decir, no la perdí. Pero ¿qué haré diferente para esta revancha en este mismo peso? Porque seguramente quiere la revancha. ¿Qué harías diferente para todo esto?
Pues no sé, como te digo, hay que ir, ver la pelea y qué es lo que podemos hacer nuevo.
So the question was, in terms of tonight, when you lost the fight, you gave congratulations. I'd like to give you congratulations for the way you accepted defeat. But in terms of a rematch, what would you do different? And the answer from Canelo was, we'll have to see. I'll have to watch it back and work out what we would need to do differently.
Canelo, el reto sigue, dijiste, esto no se queda así, quisiera que profundizaras en esto. Esta sería la primera pregunta, por favor.
Así es, yo soy una persona muy competitiva, y esto no se queda así. Me quedan muchos años por delante y voy a regresar muy fuerte. Créanme que voy a regresar muy fuerte.
So the first question was, you obviously mentioned in the ring afterwards that this will not stay this way. Doesn't end here. Can you tell me a little bit? Can you go into more depth about this? Yeah. So as I said, this doesn't end in this way. I think I'm a very competitive person. I've got many years ahead of me, and I'm going to come back stronger.
Y Canelo, no sé si estés de acuerdo conmigo y quizá Eddie quiera opinar acerca de esto. Hoy en el boxeo mundial no hay otra pelea más interesante que la revancha de Canelo Bivol, al menos en mi opinión. ¿Piensan ustedes lo mismo? Y si pueden extender un poco la respuesta en esto.
Sí, sin duda alguna, sí queremos la revancha, como te dije, como dice Saúl también, sentimos que no perdimos la pelea, sí perdimos algunos rounds, pero no creo que hayamos perdido la pelea. No nos gusta buscar excusas, somos mexicanos antes que nada, somos un gran equipo, Saúl es un peleador ganador. Como ganadores pues vamos a ver si hacemos la revancha y ya veremos nosotros como equipo qué es lo que tenemos que mejorar para dar un mejor rendimiento y eso que es muy común, que dicen que qué estrategias, y las estrategias arriba del ring, al final con una pésima estrategia ganan peleas por un golpe al último round. Entonces creo que hay que reconocer también el trabajo que hizo Bivol. Saúl es un tremendo peleador, es un deportista ganador y como tal vamos a regresar y vamos a regresar fuertes y
So the question was, would you agree, both of you, Eddie Saul, that there's no bigger fight in boxing than the rematch with Bivol? And the answer from Eddie was yes, there's no doubt about that. And we want that rematch. We felt that we didn't lose the fight, just some rounds. And, you know, like, we're a strong team and we're fighters, you know, as good Mexicans. We're a good team and we're winners. We want that rematch to see what we can do better. And when you talk about strategies in boxing, people can go in with terrible strategies and win things in the last round. I think you all also have to give good credit to Bivol and what he did. But Saul is a winner and he will come back stronger.
Saúl, si nos puede responder la misma pregunta, por favor. Sí, con mucho gusto. Sí, para ti es la pelea más importante a nivel mundial, la revancha.
Sí, sin duda. Es lo que quiero y créanme que lo vamos a hacer mucho mejor.
So it was the same question, and the answer was yes, we want it, and we want the rematch, and we're going to do much better in the rematch.
Hola, Canelo, gracias por tu tiempo. When you're on the ring and you're tired and you're exhausted and you feel you have no more energy left to give, what is it that motivates you to give that extra ounce of energy, that extra punch?
No, obviamente mi orgullo. El orgullo más que nada es lo que me motiva y es lo que me mantiene todavía más.
So the question was, you know, in English, translated. So obviously pride keeps me going, that motivation to want to continue fighting, that's what spurs me on.
Canelo, there hasn't been much debate about who won the fight. In the ring, you seem to accept defeat. What is it that you feel the judges missed, and what did you do that you felt should have gotten you the victory tonight?
Yo creo que muchas veces los jueces se dejan impresionar cuando estoy bloqueando los golpes. Muchas veces hago rolling y se dejan impresionar por eso y creo que eso fue lo que fallé un poco ahí.
So I feel that it was, you know, often judges don't score things that perhaps, or they score things that perhaps they shouldn't. You know, for example, I was blocking shots and I was rolling punches, and I think sometimes that's where the mistake may have been made.
Canelo, your power has been so destructive and effective in recent fights from Kovalev forward. And I know, like in tonight's fight, there were clearly moments where you were, you know, sizing up and trying to just blast him out of there. Was there a point during the fight where you said, this is kind of frustrating to me, like this guy should be out of there by now?
No. Hay que darle crédito a Bivol. Bivol es un peleador que es difícil de golpearlo en la cabeza. No es fácil, hay que darle crédito también al peleador que tienes enfrente.
No, I think you have to give the credit to Bivol there. He's a very difficult fighter to hit around the head area, so I think you have to give him credit.
Canelo, what goes through your mind right now?
Me siento orgulloso porque soy una persona muy competitiva que se sale de su zona de confort para subir a las 175 libras a otro peso que no es el mío para buscar lo mejor en mi carrera, ¿no? Me siento orgulloso de lo que estoy haciendo, no me siento avergonzado. ¿Por qué? Porque busco esos retos que muchos no lo hacen. ¿Por qué? Por miedo a perder y yo estoy aquí para buscar esos retos porque es lo que me gusta.
So I'm proud, you know, I'm very proud and I'm a very competitive person. You know, I've gone up and I've fought at 175. I've gone out of my comfort zone to fight at a weight that's not mine. And there's no shame in that. You know, I'm looking for challenges that others would be scared to take on because they might lose. So that's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm wanting to do.
Y creo que eso es lo que buscan todos, ¿no? El no decir, ya sabemos que va a ganar. Soy una persona que busca los retos, que sabes que es 50-50 y eso es lo que creo que esperan todos, ¿no?
And I think it's about, you know, nobody wants to see fights where people know who's going to win. It's about those 50-50 fights. That's what people want to see.
So were you hurt at any point in the fight?
No.
And you said that obviously you're chasing greatness, the 175-pound division. This is your second fight. Do you see a full career ahead for you at 175, or are you just focusing one fight at a time and trying to avenge the loss to Bivol first, whether you think the future after that?
Si te ves en un futuro peleando en ese peso.
Pues la verdad es que mi peso donde me siento mejor es en las 168 libras, pero como te digo, vamos a
vamos a ir y vamos a ver todo porque sí queremos esa revancha.
So my most natural weight, my most comfortable is 168, and that's where I feel best. So we're going to go and see if we can, we're going to take on this rematch.
Una pregunta aquí. Para Canelo y otra para Don Reynoso. Ganaste contra Kovalev. ¿Puedes comparar la experiencia entre las dos peleas? Y Eddie, ¿puede hablar, por favor, de las diferencias entre la preparación de las dos peleas?
Pues la diferencia es de los estilos. Kovalev es un peleador que iba más al frente, trabaja más las piernas y creo que igual es un peleador más técnico, un peleador que trabaja muy bien su distancia y siempre lo dije en las entrevistas que era un peleador complicado, un peleador de los mejores que saben utilizar su distancia y creo que hizo un buen trabajo.
So I think, can you tell me about the fight? It's a question for both Eddie and Canelo. Can you tell me about the Kovalev fight that you had, the difference and the different way that you prepared for that fight? And Eddie's answer was, it's different because we're talking about different styles. Kovalev is someone who he's a front foot fighter, good footwork. Bivol is more of a technical fighter who looks to manage distance in a different way. I said before the fight that it was going to be a tough fight, and because he's a fighter that uses his distance really well. So that was the difference in the two fights.
Thank you, Canelo. Appreciate that. And Rayfield. My question for you, Canelo, is even though you say you're going to have the rematch with Dmitry Bivol in your next fight, two things about that. Do you think that at any point you'll reconsider that and maybe talk to Eddie about going through with the Triple G third fight anyway back and defend your titles at super middleweight? And also, do you think you would be back in September for that next fight, or would you want to maybe take a little bit of a longer break?
Yeah, we're gonna go to see what's next, to talk about it, and we'll let you know.
So no commitment then that you will definitely fight Bivol next?
Eso es lo que quiero, eso es lo que pasa por mi mente ahorita nada más, pero iremos a casa y veremos qué es lo que viene después.
Can you translate that?
Yeah, so this is what we want. We'll see what happens in the future. We just have to wait and see what's going to happen.
And just one more question, Canelo. What will you do tomorrow?
Play golf, I think.
So, does this hurt as much as your defeat to Floyd Mayweather?
¿Ah?
Does this hurt as much as your defeat to Floyd Mayweather?
¿Duele tanto como la derrota contra Floyd Mayweather?
No, la verdad es que me siento muy bien, con la frente en alto, di lo mejor de mí, busco otra categoría, di lo mejor de mí, trato de buscar retos importantes para mi carrera, fuera mi zona de confort y me siento muy bien, me siento orgulloso de lo que estoy haciendo y con la frente en alto.
So, no, I don't feel that way. I feel like I could come out of this fight with my head held high because I gave the best of me in a different weight class. I'm looking for challenges in my career that take me out of my comfort zone. So I'm proud and I'm feeling good.
So before now, Golovkin had been your biggest rival. Do you think this is a rivalry that will now define your career?
Could be.
So, the judges had you 4-0 up after 4 rounds, meaning that after the rest of the fight you'd only won 1 round. Just your thoughts on that?
Sí, en los primeros rounds los jueces ya te tenían como 4-0, pero después a partir de ahí solo ganaste 1 round. ¿Cómo ves la decisión?
No tiene sentido, pero it is what it is.
Canelo, Canelo Art of Sports, right here. You were light on the ropes a lot. Was that part of the strategy to try to get him to come inside? Because it seemed like you were on the ropes a lot, letting him, just giving him kind of the distance that he wasn't coming in the way it seemed like you wanted him to.
Sí, no, me quedaba en las cuerdas, me sentía cómodo ahí, bloqueando y quitándome golpes, obviamente para descansar un poco.
I felt comfortable on the ropes. I was there and I was able to, to take shots and to block them. And I felt really comfortable there.
Saúl, la última vez que perdiste fue en el 2013, como bien comentaba mi compañero. Ahora, ya que tienes más edad,
¿Qué tanto ayuda la madurez que tienes para asimilar esa derrota?
No, como te digo, con la frente en alto, estoy buscando en otros pesos, obviamente retos importantes para mi carrera y en otros pesos, fuera de mi zona de confort. En mi peso les gané todos los campeones, ahora subo otra división, como te digo, me siento bien y lo hice muy bien para mí, como te digo, gané con la frente en alto y no me avergüenzo de nada, me siento orgulloso de lo que estoy haciendo.
So the question was, the last time you tasted defeat was in 2013. Now you're older, does that maturity help you to overcome this defeat? No, I feel good. I feel like, as I said before, I can keep my head up. I'm looking for challenges in different weight classes, so I'm looking to make big steps and do huge things in my career outside of my comfort zone. So I believe that I did well. I'm doing things outside my division, and as I say, I thought I won. So there's no shame in doing what I did. I'm proud of what I've achieved.
Sure.
Hi, Canelo. I just spoke with Dmitry Bivol and Vadim just now, and they said that the only way they would go through with a rematch is if you renegotiated the terms that they initially signed to, because they just did it for an opportunity. Are you willing to do that?
We'll see.
Mike Hoppinger, ESPN. Canelo, you said earlier that you were a little tired over the late rounds, and it kind of showed. Do you think that was because of the added weight? I mean, you said your 160 is your best weight, and do you think that hurt you in the fight, the extra weight?
Dijiste que te sentiste un poco fatigado por el entreno de los últimos rounds. ¿Crees que fue el motivo de esto? ¿Fue el peso en que estabas?
Quizás sí. No lo sé.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
And also, obviously, you had barely lost a round since the Gennady-Golovkin rematch in 2018, and you're cruising past all these really good fighters. Do you think it's going to make you an even better fighter now, having to go to a rematch, try to avenge a loss? It's going to push you to new heights?
Sí, obviamente desde la pelea con Triple G 2008 casi no pierdes un round y has ganado fácilmente, pero de hecho que tuviste que trabajar mucho hoy va a significar que vas a aprender mucho, vas a ser un peleador mejor.
Sí, siempre me aprendo y siempre me gusta aprender de todo. Hoy aprendí mucho y lo voy a mostrar en las siguientes peleas.
Yeah, I always like to learn from things. Today I feel like I learned a lot, and I'm going to show you this in the upcoming fights.
And lastly, obviously there's a lot of talk about the PBC side with Charlo and Benavidez. You said you didn't want to fight those guys because they didn't have a title. And in hindsight, I guess, do you feel comfortable knowing that you took on the toughest challenge and went toward the fire at a higher weight against who's considered a better fighter?
Sí, obviamente hablamos un poco de la charla de PBC. Charlo, Benavidez, que dijiste que no querías esa pelea porque no tienen títulos, pero pensando en esta hora, ¿piensas que fue la decisión correcta ya de buscar esta pelea más difícil?
Sí, era lo que queríamos y como te digo, me siento orgulloso de salirme de mi zona de confort y buscar estos retos importantes para mi carrera.
Yeah, as I said before, I think it's really important, for me to get out of my comfort zone and look to take on these challenges in my career.
Radio Ryan, you said that you believe you won the fight now. During the fight, was there any point in which you thought you might be behind on the scorecards?
No.
And if you had known you were behind on the scorecards, would you have fought any differently?
More aggressive.
Canelo, un mensaje para México. México estuvo paralizado, como dicen, y los perros salieron a las calles. ¿Qué mensaje le dices del corazón? Porque tú lo dijiste, yo represento a México y México tiene que estar contigo en las buenas y en las malas.
Pues que así es esto, se gana, se pierde, pero con mucho orgullo represento a mi país, hice lo que tenía que hacer, hice lo mejor, di lo mejor de mí, con mucho orgullo lo hago, vamos a regresar más fuertes y que gracias por todo su apoyo.
¿El mensaje sería atreverse aunque sea difícil?
Así es, siempre hay que buscar más y sin miedo al éxito.
So the question was, can you give a message to the people of Mexico? Because obviously Mexico's completely paralyzed, people watching this fight, and you said as a good Mexican, you represent them. Can you message for them? My message is that this is boxing. You win, sometimes you lose. I gave the best version of myself, and I'll come back stronger. And I'm pleased to have your support with me.
Guys, that's all the questions. Thank you very much for your support tonight, and thank you, Sal.
Voy por mi hermano. Sí, sí.